For our first step, we will need a plate, paper, scissors and pen, and a measure tape. The width of the plate should be at least 26 centimeters. Now we're going to flip our plate, place it on the paper, and we will take the pen and we're going to circle our plate. Now we will take the scissors and we're going to cut a circle that we just drew. Now take the circle and fold it into a half, and this half fold it to another half, which basically is a quarter. We will take our measuring tape and we need to mark two heights. So the first height will be 4 centimeters and the one in the other side will be an 8 centimeters. Great, now after we mark both of those heights, we will take our plate. We're going to place our plate in a way that the pointy part will be in the inside of the plate. We need our plate to make half circle that's going to touch both of the marks that we just made. And now we're going to cut it. Now we're going to pick our fabric and color that we want for our mask. For my mask, I'm going to choose a black satin fabric. Now we're going to place what we just cut it on our fabric, and we need to make two squares that are going to be a little bit bigger, so it will be an extra space for us to cut it. We will cut two squares because we want it to actually protect us. For our next step, we're going to place what we just cut, and we're going to take pins and we're going to pin them on 4 sides so it won't move while we're cutting it. We need to make sure our cut will be perfect and equal. Great, now after we cut two pieces, in our satin there is two parts. There is the shiny part and there is the matte part. We're going to place one on each other, so both of the shiny parts will be inside and the matte side will be outside. We're going to pin both of the sides, and now we're going to start sewing both of the sides. Make sure, because you hand sewing, it will be very close one to each other, so the sewing will not fall apart. Now after we finish sewing both of the sides, we will take out our pins and we're going to twist the sides to make them in the middle, and we're going to pin all 4 sides. Now this time we're going to sew only the upper part and the bottom part, but make sure you leave enough space without sewing it. The space should be between 2 to 3 fingers, because we will need to flip over the mask to the shiny part. So now after we finish sewing both of the sides and we left at least 2 finger space, we're going to flip over our mask. So we're going to take all of the inside of the mask and just going to flip it over. Make sure you are being super careful because you don't want to open those stitches now. Great! Now you can actually start to see our final result. Now our next step will be to take the 2 finger space that we just left open and we're going to pin it so it won't open. Now what we're going to do right now is going to sew once again the upper part and the lower part, including the 2 finger space that we just left, because we don't want our stitches to be open. Now because we hand sewing that, make sure you're going to do the stitches very close to the edge, so it will look very organized and just like a sewing in a machine. And that's it guys, we're almost finished. Our next step will be to fold both of the sides, because we need to make some kind of pocket to pass our rubber through, so we will have how to hang our mask on our face. So we're going to fold both of the sides and we're going to pin them with a pin, and we're just going to sew the end of the fold that we just made. After we sew both sides and I've already done one side, I'm going to show you how to do the other side. We're going to take our rubber and a measuring tape. The side that we're going to need will be at least 17-18 centimeters long. So we're going to cut it at 17 centimeters. Now, after we cut the rubber, we're going to pass it through our pocket that we just made. And if you have any kind of trouble with passing it, just use some bobby pin or any kind of other pin that you have. Now our next step will be to take both of the sides and we're just going to sew them both together. You can also tie them, but my recommendation is just to sew them so we won't have any kind of bumps. Great, now after we finish sewing, we're going to flip the part that we just sewed to the inside of the pocket so it won't be showed. And that's it, our mask is ready. Just one last step. Now for our very last step, we're going to take an iron and we're going to fold our mask into half. We're going to go with the iron very gently on each side, just to make the front a little bit more pointy and it will not look like it just been sewed. Now that our mask is ready, I want to thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get an updates for more videos. And I will see you so soon in my next video. Bye guys!